Hold up. I gotta get my shit going, man. Let me turn this down real quick. Let me turn it down because I don't want them to flag. Yeah, boy. I do not want them to flag me. But today, I am about to color grade. I'm about to color grade this video for my boy. His name's Dwayne. He got a song. Pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not too late. Baby, I'm ready. But I ain't gonna let you hear his music because I don't want no copyright problems. But I'm gonna play this little music in the background while I color grade so that it don't sound too dull. We finna do this shit. This shit gonna be so easy. Y'all finna understand color grading. I promise you, by the time you finish watching this video, you for sure gonna know a little bit more about how to get accurate colors and using flat profiles and all of that stuff. And if y'all pop up in here and y'all ask me some questions, man, I got y'all, no problem. Let me just get everything right real quick so that ain't nothing lagging, cause right now that's what it seemed like it's doing, and I ain't really a fan of the lag at all. There's just be too much going on. How you got a MacBook, souped up Core i9 processor, all of the bells and whistles, and then for some reason you can't do nothing on your computer. What's going on with this? Hold up. Let me get it right. All right, boom. Let me go to my playlist. Do I want to hit y'all with the... we just going to randomize the song. We just going to randomize all this. Shuffled up. Let's go. Shuffle this up real quick. We're going to get right into it, man. No, we're not playing that. Come on, Phobas, you tripping, gang. Alright, there we go. Alright, now I'm feeling real swavy. Oh, it ain't playing my music? That's crazy. Hold on, I think I gotta add the desktop audio, huh? That shit crazy. Okay. We don't need it then. Alright, I can listen to it. Cool. Alright, bet. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. We're gonna go right on over here. Let me close this browser out because it don't matter. Yeah, we're gonna close Brave. Alright, boom. Alright. Let's go. We in this motherfucker. Alright. Let me see. Let me move this mic because this mic is in my way. I need to be able to. Can y'all hear me? I'm good. I think my audio sound cool. I probably could turn it up a little bit more. Hold on. Yo. There we go. All right. So first things first, man. When you wanna performance mode, cause this shit tripping. Oh, I'm bugging out. All right, boom. All right. We in here. Let me see. Let me find like a cool little spot to start the color grade. All right, we're just gonna start right there. That's cool. We got like a lot of little light in there. You can kind of see what's too bright, too low. All right, first thing first, what I do is every time I start color grading, the first thing I want to do, I go to the clip and I start to edit on the actual clip. I don't put an adjustment layer. I know a lot of people, they like to put adjustment layers. I personally, I don't put adjustment layers to edit the contrast and to bring the picture to flat. You can do what you choose to do, whatever method works best for you. I'm showing y'all my method. This is the JR way. If you're a fan of my work, this is how you get the results that I get. This is exactly how I do it. It's not fabricated. It's not, I'm trying to lead you to think that I'm telling you some game, and it's not, because I had to deal with that. And then I had to learn, and then stuff started becoming common sense. And that's just how the process goes. So let's get this shit going. All right, boom. My boy right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here to the saturation. I'm going to saturate it. I typically be around like 120, 135. I always stay around in that area. I think that usually give me like the best results, to where it's like it ain't turning nobody orange and making them look all weird and all that. So that's that. That's the first thing I do. If your white balance is off, this little area right here, these graphs, so you want it to look white, like how this is gray right here. It got the cyans, it got the blues, it got the greens, it got the yellows, it got the reds. You want it to be like how this area right here is. How it's like all aligned and you can't tell the colors are spreading apart. You don't want no spread. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my contrast first. I'm gonna go up here, boom. When you looking at this graph, how I do it is that I want this to get as close to the bottom as you possibly can, depending on your lighting situation. If you are in a bright area, well lit, then you need to pay attention to how this graph looks without the corrections and mimic that on a wider spectrum. So that way everything is evenly spread apart, everything is evenly graded, everything is evenly contrast, and you're not getting clipping on your highlights or your shadows. Sometimes we make mistakes. You got to get it right in camera, so sometimes you're not able to always adjust it, but it's easier with videography as opposed to photography. It's easier to adjust the highlights than it is to adjust the shadows. So you want to make sure you're exposing for the shadows correctly, because if you expose for the highlights and your shadows is bad, then you're not gonna be able to recover the data from your shadows, and then now you're gonna have a messed up looking thing, and people's skin gonna have pixels on them and look grainy and have little purple and red dots, and don't nobody like that, unless that's what you're trying to intentionally do, is make retro looking footage. But there's a certain method to doing that too. So let me bring down these highlights, man, because clearly those LED lights are too bright. The smoke is too bright. So you're just gonna bring that down just a little bit. Then with my shadows, I'm gonna darken them more, because you can bring those down as opposed to bringing them up. Now I might be a little going back and forth. This is a rough little color grade, so I might be doing a lot, but I'm gonna walk y'all through the whole process. If you following me, then cool. And another thing, a lot of creators don't tell y'all this. You can't look at somebody's, you can't, like a video like this, you wouldn't be able to watch me do this and then try and put this on some footage that you got with the exact same settings. It's a case-by-case thing. The whole purpose of this video is to help you get the fundamentals of how to know what settings to use and what to look for, and when you set in the shadows and all that stuff. It's not about getting my exact settings, it's about knowing why you're setting it that way. If you know why you're setting it that way, man, I'm telling you, you can color grade anything. So with the whites, I like to bring these up, because when I bring those highlights down, this helps bring the white and the brightness back to the picture, and it makes it look a little bit more organic, because sometimes the highlights, they may make certain areas too bright, but they still need to be bright, but they need to be softer. So, you know, sometimes you get hard, harsh highlights. Now right here you see 255. Typically, if it was like that, if your bar was all the way up like that, that's bad, because obviously your highlights are blown out, but we know that that's coming from these lights. And you ain't gonna be able. It's that's supposed to be like that. That's not supposed to be correct. What you want is this foreground to be the thing that's in the right right settings. Like you want that to be color corrected the correct way. You want the levels to be right and all that. You want it to be balanced, the exposure to be correct. That's the main ingredient. So we can ignore that. Right here you see those is blown out, so we're gonna try to bring down some of this to compensate for that. So let's see if I bring these highlights down a little bit more. Alright. On my blacks, I'm bring them down. That number right there where you see the reds 1, 1, 21, 22. Try to get that like around 10. Try to get that around 10. See how your footage look. If it look like it's clipping, then just bring it up a little more until it's kind of like smoothing out. You don't want it to be super bunched up. Like watch, look at this graph right here. And when I bring these blacks down, look at how it transforms. And once you see the difference, that's when you know, all right, that's the sweet spot. I could work from there. See it stretch, and then it go flat. And if I bring these shadows down, stretch, then it go flat. That ain't accurate. You can look at the picture and tell that ain't all the way accurate. But the way that I shot it in camera, the data is not clipping as much. Like I said, you want to save them shadows. So we could do it like that. Then now I'm gonna look at my white balance. Now this is a little thing that I do to try to reference. Like I said, I'm not the end all be all. This is just how you get my results. This is how I do it. So I'm not the end all be all. So I'm gonna use some white. Boom. Color balance. Smooth, right? Now let's say you did this and it didn't work like that. Then you would just try to even out those colors. Like I told y'all, that gray filler right there, you want the colors to be as close to that and in unison with that as possible, so that everything is color graded correctly, unless you're intentionally trying to give a certain type of hue to your video. We ain't doing that. We gonna get to that when you changing the hues and you adding color to shadows, midtones, and all of that. So now that we got that, let me tweak a little bit. Let me see some more greens, even that out a little bit. Bring down the warmth. No, we actually could use a little bit more warmth because of the gold background. It might be a little too green for me. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Another tip too. Don't always look at the monitor, like as far as like how that screen looks on your video, because that's not gonna always give you accurate colors. Sometimes we don't have the luxury of having expensive monitors and color calibrators and all of that. So we learn graphs. Y'all get out the mud and learn the graph, man. It's fundamentals. So paying attention to the graph, I think I brought my exposure up a little bit too much though. All right. I'm gonna just go back to the reference I had with the shirt. I feel like that was kind of cool. All right, boom. We got that. Now I'm gonna go down over here to the color wheel. I'm gonna bring up some of these midtones. Bring down some of the highlights again. Alright, we could bring that down. Shadows. You want most of your data to lean more towards where that number says, like on the side right here, say 50, right? Say 50, 128. You want most of your data in this area. You don't want to go past 10 too much, because then now you're starting to get into the clips, the darkness and all that. You don't want to go past 90 too much. Try to keep your data in here, because this is all an even histogram right here. If you look at my tutorial on how to read the histogram, it's on my Instagram, it's on TikTok at JR was here. You'll be able to see exactly a breakdown of how the histogram works. And regardless if it's photography or if it's videography, the histogram is about data and knowing where your data is and how it can be adjusted in post. If you get it right in camera first, you don't gotta worry about doing all that other stuff, man. It make your job a lot easier. Stop thinking that you can just do whatever, send it to an editor, and then they could do magic tricks and make your footage look great, and then be mad when your trash footage is looking trash. On top of like putting makeup on a pig type thing, like, oh yeah, you got a good editor with trash footage. That don't work. That do not work. So now we adjusted that. Here's the secret sauce. All right, nobody tells y'all this. They just sell it to y'all. I'm telling y'all, get LUTs. LUTs is gonna change your life, man. Work harder. I mean, work smarter, not harder, man. Get you a LUT. I got a gang of them. I ain't gonna cap. I got a gang of LUTs in here that I just picked through, and then I got some that I made, but I got some of my favorites as well. But get you a LUT. Boom. We finna go right here. Go straight to our LUTs. Boom. We're in the LUTs. There we go. All right. Now, my favorite folder to work out of, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if I'm not really trying to like color grade for real, I just need the colors to be on point and correct. Watch this. This one right here, color correction. This is one of my personal joints. Okay, I need y'all to understand. This is like, this that butter. So this right here, this gonna make everything look just regular, look clean, right? So it don't do too much color grading. It don't do all the changing shadows and none of that. It just give you the most accurate colors that you can possibly get from that scene. And typically you'll go down here. If it's too harsh, you can adjust the intensity, lower it so that it ain't as harsh and all of that. But this one's pretty cool. I ain't trying to use that for my body. I ain't gonna lie. But you can play with the vibrance. So hold on. Let me get the vibrance up real quick. Add a little bit more vibrance to that. I don't need to add no sharpening. I don't touch sharpening. I don't touch faded film. Sometimes I may play with the saturation, but vibrance, I give it a little tweak because we already did saturation in the basic correction. We don't need to do it in the creative correction. So I'm gonna put the vibrance at like 30. Put this vibrance at, let me do like 20. We'll do vibrance at like 20. So this is how the other clip look. Let me see. Yeah, this is the other clip. So if I was to grab this one right here, what we just did, take it over here. Let me disable this. Put it right there, right? You see that? You see the difference? Do you see the difference? Like, I'm really a goat, man. Hold on. Look at that. That's a flat profile. It's a color graded profile. It's a flat profile, color graded profile. Very, 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 very simple when you understand what you are doing. See, now this one, it doesn't appear like this because there's smoke there. But remember, I told y'all, I said, it's about where the data is. You see how that data is in the middle. It's in the middle. Hold on. It's in the middle. There you go. It's in the middle. So if I wanted to make it a little bit brighter, which I should, I guess I should have kept it up high like that, actually. Yeah, boom. All right, so I'm going to bring down some of the saturation because I don't like how red his skin is getting. So I'm going to bring that to like 120. Yeah, 120 should be cool. 120 should be cool. And then I'm going to go to some of the LUTs that I actually do want to try out and see how they come out. I don't add LUTs onto the yeah, that was a mistake on my end. But I don't add LUTs onto that track. This is when I go and I get the adjustment layer. So I'm going to go to my project. Use my shortcut, bring up my adjustment layer. If you don't have a shortcut set for adjustment layer, I would say set a keyboard shortcut so that you can just press a button and bring it up. If not, you would go down over here to this right here, new item, and then you will go to adjustment layer. And you'll click adjustment layer, same menu will pop up. I'm a shortcut type of nigga. I like to make sure it's going fast. So I'm going to do it like that. I drag this up top above all your clips. Now the reason why I do this, and I learned this from somebody on YouTube, I can't remember because I look at so many YouTube videos, and sometimes it's not the person, it's just the information that I'm looking for. So what you should do is you should put your LUT on the adjustment layer and make your adjustments to your footage on the actual footage clip. The reason why is because sometimes when you make when you make a correction for the clip and put the LUT on the adjustment layer, you'll be making adjustments and then it'll just wash out the footage and you lose everything, and it's like it can't be reversed. Like it's like some weird glitch that Premiere Pro just can't seem to fix. And it's been like this since I was on CC, and CC ain't been out since like CS6 or something like that. So that's why it does that. It makes it a lot easier. And you want to adjust the individual clips because all clips are not shot with the same settings. Like if you stop pressing record and you press record again, sometimes in the field you might adjust the aperture, you might adjust the shutter speed, you shouldn't be adjusting the shutter speed unless you switch frame rates. But sometimes you may adjust the aperture, sometimes you may adjust the ISO, and then now you have a whole new file that you're working with, colors you're working with, data you're working with. So just keep that in mind. So I'm gonna go back over here to my LUT packs, and I'm about to try and find one that's suitable for this scene, because I don't think that greens would work with this. And I got like a LUT that I like to use that's similar to Kendrick Lamar Humble video. So let me see. One of my favorites. Let's see how this Humble look. Let me try a different clip. Let's see. All right, it's too much. It's too much. So we just gonna edit off of this clip. This should be a lot easier. I'm gonna put this on like 60 so that it's not as harsh. Come over here. It's a little tricky, huh? You gonna get right. You gonna do what I say, dude. That's what's going on. Okay, let me bring down the saturation, son. I wonder why it's. Oh, that's why. Okay. See, this that shit, man. I don't be liking Premiere be acting like it don't want to cooperate sometimes. So you be having to do tricky little stuff to make it work. Like that, turn it off and turn it back on. It's dumb. Alright, now we bringing them highlights back up. Cool. We bringing some life over here like we supposed to, like I said, because we want to keep that next to the top without clipping. And we could bring some of these mid-tones down a little bit, even out this whole little shit. And then we go back over here. Bring this down to 0. Bring up some of these blacks. Oh no, we could leave the blacks here. Shadows. Alright. I think that's pretty good. I ain't gonna count. That's pretty good. So we got that, but I mean, like, if you wanted to, oh, that's why I'm tripping. Hold on, man. Excuse me, pardon me, I'm tripping. All right, I'm tripping. I'm going like, what the hell? I'm like, I'm trying to figure out why it's looking like that. All right, cool. Okay, now, yeah. I'm adjusting the adjustment. Like, hold up. All right. All right, yeah. So now we can bring that saturation back up because like that make more sense. Now it don't look as like color book type. Like it actually looked like it's supposed to be that color. It don't look too harsh, and that's like my big thing. I don't like vibrant, harsh colors. I like smooth, buttery, cohesive colors. It looks like a movie. It looks cinematic. It looks decent. I don't like all the other like super vibrant, colorful shit. We are not at Candyland or nothing like that. Bring this up a little bit just to kind of smooth out his skin tone, exposure. Probably could take a little bit of contrast off so it's not as harsh. That looks a little bit better. And this is the before. Hold on, wait. Let me disable this. All right, that's without the LUT. That's without the LUT that I put on there. And then this right here is without the color correction. Bop. So you see how it's washed. The first step, I already told you, all you gotta do is rewind. First step I told you. You wanna make sure you get the white balance right. If you didn't get it right in camera, you wanna make sure you get the exposure right. Second, if you did not get it right in camera. You wanna make sure that you keep the exposure in this little area, this little region right here. That 70 to 30, that's what majority of your data is. You want to be able to read that before you start correcting. Pay attention to that, reference that. So when you start adding contrast and it's getting dark and it's looking like, that don't look natural, you want to be able to adjust it and make it closer to that, but still add your corrections to it. So this is with my color correction, and then this is after we add the LUT, and then we right there. So if I was just gonna go and let's just say I want to mess around and look around different LUTs, you can try different LUTs, see what works best for you. I'm gonna go through my movie blockbuster LUTs. Now, granted, some of these LUTs, they don't look good on footage, and that's just because sometimes footage is not compatible with certain LUTs. You got to think these people are making these LUTs based on the footage that they're shooting, the settings that they're shooting in. So when you get this idea that, if I buy this LUT, it's gonna look like theirs, no, that's not how it works. Niggas, it's taking your money. I done spent a lot of money on LUTs to know this. As y'all can see, I got a whole bunch of them, and it's spanning from 2021, and that's not even all of them because of the fact that I had a 3-year-old son that threw my hard drive in the trash before. It was devastating. So we could do Aspen. Let's see, Sedona. No, I don't got Vlog. Let's do Aspen. Wait, no, let's do Sedona. So this would be Sedona. So add like a little bit more orange to it. I don't think that looked too bad. If you ask me, it's something that you could work with. Somebody will like it. Not really me. It's not bad, but would I choose that for this video? Let me look at the other ones first. I gotta look at the other ones first. Oh, you know what? I don't even think they could see that. See that I'm looking at this these folders, cause I don't got it set like that. Alright, let's go to Blockbuster. I got a folder called Blockbuster that got logs in there. I got LUTs in there. So we're gonna do let's see how The Walking Dead will look. They added some pink on there. Absolutely not. See what I'm saying? But that's an example though. So I'm glad that happens because y'all can see just what I mean by like these lets are not universal. They're not universal. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, if you do this and this and this and this and this, it'll look like this." That's not true. You got to know what you're doing, and this is just a compliment to what you already doing. You know what I'm saying? It's a compliment to you being familiar with how this even works. Like, don't fall for the trick, man. I'm not here to take your money. I can care less. I'm doing all right. You know, I've made a lot of good relationships. I'm gonna be okay for the rest of my life, as far as being able to have an opportunity or be put in a position where I can make some of myself. It's all up to you at the end of the day. Make the most of what you can do, and don't hold yourself back because of doubt and fear and feeling insufficient. All right, boom. All right, I like this one. This was cool. This was cool. I'm just turn down the intensity. This is a Tiny Tapes LUT. Turn down the intensity a little bit, or maybe let me see if I turn it up how it look. Yeah, I'm fucking with that. I'm fucking with it, man. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. All right, man. So if y'all got any type of questions or anything like that after watching this, if you watch, you get through it or whatever, let me know. If it's anything I missed, if it's anything that I wasn't too clear on, let me know, and then I'll make sure that I respond. I'm pretty good at responding. If you hit me on Instagram, or TikTok, for sure I'll respond to you, and I'll give you some free game. This was just something quick. It really was like a test to see if I could do the live stream thing. If y'all want to see more of this, if y'all messing with this, if you want to go on a journey with your boy on doing this streaming stuff, doing these tutorials, because the tutorials is gonna be on stuff that you don't typically see on YouTube or on TikTok, or stuff that people try to gatekeep. One thing I can't stand is a gatekeeper, man. Like, I can't stand a gatekeeper. So I appreciate you for watching. Appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to your boy. Follow me on TikTok, because I will be going live on there soon. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy JR. Follow me for more tips, and I'm out. Let's get it.